Morning, everyone. Happy Monday. All right, let's start in a comfortable seat. So if you're not already at your mat, go ahead and make your way there. I don't know about you, Chuck, but it was very warm here in New York City today, like in the 70s warm. So go ahead and come to your comfortable seat. Start to center yourself side to side on your hip bones. And let your spine come up nice and tall. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Take a big inhale. And then slowly breathe everything out. Take a second inhale, filling your lungs up. And then slowly exhale it all out. One more big inhale. And a nice slow exhale. We're going to reach our arms straight up to the sky. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And now turn to the right. And take a few breaths here, noticing that it might be a little harder to breathe. One, because our arms are up in the air, and two, because we're twisting our torso. Your next breath, let your arms slowly come down so that your left arm comes to the outside of your right knee and your right arm comes behind you. Breathe in, and on your exhale, see if you can twist just a millimeter deeper, just a tiny little bit. Maybe it's just your head looking back over your right shoulder. And slowly turn to the front of your mat. Extend, notice which leg is in first. Extend your legs out in front of you and then switch, bringing the other leg in first. Very confusing, but you can do it. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Breathe in. And now gently twist to the left. And a few breaths here. Checking in that your sit bones are still even on the mat. Your shoulders are still relaxed. One more inhale, and on your next exhale, let your arms come down with your right hand coming to your left knee and your left arm coming behind you. Lengthen your spine up tall, and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Look over your left shoulder. Nice and slow release. Relax, twisting back to the front. Extend your legs out in front of you and go ahead and bend and straighten your knees. Now plant your feet on the floor, knees up, and maybe lean back just a little bit and drop your knees right to left to right. A little bit of a windshield wiper movement here. And when they're to one side, it doesn't really matter which side, go ahead and continue that roll on over into your tabletop position. Lining your hands up under your shoulders and your knees up underneath your hips. Take a breath here. Find your center. So see if you can center your weight between your hands and your knees. And then drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. And then exhale, round your spine, crown of the head down to the floor. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, round. See if you can move one vertebra at a time. And then exhale, round. Back to your neutral spine. Reach your right foot behind you. Press down onto your right toes. And rock back and forth on your right foot. So my right wrist has been bothering me a little bit. So if you see me do something weird with my hand, just do what feels good for you. And now return the right knee underneath you. Reach your left leg back behind. Rock back. And the left. We're going to reach our right leg back out behind us. We're going to float it up to hip height. Flex your foot so you can point your right toes down to the ground. And then extend your left fingertips out in front of you. This might be your balance for tonight. Or maybe you want to explore lifting your left arm up. Keep your gaze straight down and relax your shoulders. Stay here, or if you're ready, exhale, draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, straighten back out. Exhale, belly button to spine, knee to elbow, and then inhale, lengthen back. One more time, draw it in. And then lengthen everything back out. Return the hand. Drop the toe down, keeping your legs straight behind you. And then we're going to swivel our leg back and forth, making a rainbow shape. Stretching out our hip flexors. Your hips can move with this. They don't have to stay immobile. Pretend you're drawing a big smiley face in the sand. And then return the right knee underneath you. Shake that out if you need to. And then reach the left toes back behind you. Flexing your left foot, lift your heel up so your leg is straight, your toes are pointing down, no higher than hip height. Extend the right fingertips out in front of you. This might be your balance, or bring the arm up by your ear. Gaze straight down. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach straight out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach straight out. One more time, knee to elbow. And then lengthen. Lower your right hand down. Tap your left toes down and draw a smiley face. Side to side. Maybe the more you do this, the bigger your range of motion. One more time. And then draw the knee back in. Widen your knees. Sit your hips back. Walk your fingers forward, coming into an active child's pose. So I want you to feel the traction from your fingertips back towards your hips. If you can get your forehead on the mat, go ahead and lay it down there. And then gently roll it side to side, massaging your forehead. Keeping your hips pressing back as far as you can, slowly walk your hands over to the right. Maybe you can even place your left hand on top of your right hand. And then press your left hip away towards your left heel. Getting a big, big deep side body stretch here. 2 more breaths. And now walk back through center. And walk over to the left. And place the right hand on top of the left. Press the right hand down. You should feel the stretch from your outer hip all the way up into your armpit extension. Breathe here. And then walk back to center. Lay your forearms on the mat and come up into a forearm tabletop. So that your knees are underneath your hips, but your forearms are down. Curl your toes under and then peel your hips up, coming into your dolphin pose. So not quite down dog yet. And pedal your knees out, right and left. Make sure you're pressing into your entire forearm, lifting away from your shoulders. And then lower the knees down, lift back up to tabletop. Extend your right leg behind you and draw your right knee into your chest as you slide your right foot up in between your hands. So our legs are in our 90-90 position. We're going to climb on up, bringing our hands to our thigh. I call that our forearm. It's definitely not our forearm. And then reach your arms up overhead. Press down significantly through this front foot so that you're feeling your big toe and your pinky toe. You should start to feel some activation in the back of your thigh. And then think about rotating your upper thigh outward as you engage the glutes, lengthen the tailbone, and press the left shin into the mat. It doesn't seem like it should be a lot of work, but we're doing a lot of work right now. You're keeping your arms reaching up so that your spine is straight. And now we're going to open our arms into our T shape. Hold here for a breath, make sure we're still balanced. And then on our next exhale, we're going to start to twist to the right. We're twisting towards our front leg. Take 2 breaths here. Come back to center. Reach our arms up. And then let them float down. Slide our right knee underneath us. Extend our left leg back behind us. Draw the left knee into our chest and slide the left foot up. So we're back in our 90-90 position. Climb your hands onto your thighs. Reach them up to the sky. Same drill here. So think about pressing your left big toe, pinky toe, heel into the mat. That pressing down starts to activate the back of your leg. You might feel a little wobbly. Think about squaring your hips. Drop your left hip down. Draw the belly button in and up. Lengthen the tailbone. There's so much going on here. Legs are very active even though we're quote unquote on the ground. Take one more breath. Now open your arms into your T. And now twist towards that front leg, towards the left. That small movement throws your balance off. You need to readjust. Press down. Lift up. Find your strength. And then come back to center. Reach your arms up. Float your fingers down. Return your knee underneath you. Walk your hands one handprint out in front of you. Curl your toes under and make your way into your downward facing dog this time. Hips are lifting up behind you. Arms are lengthening. Take one more breath here. Float your right leg up behind you. Bend the right knee in towards your chest and slide the right foot up between your hands. So we're in our low lunge. I want you to still think about that 90-degree angle in your front leg where you're pressing down from your toes to your heel. And we're going to lower our left knee down. So our left leg is more extended this time, not in that 90-90 position, more of what we call a crescent lunge. So your hips are gently pressing forward, but you're keeping your right knee over your ankle as you climb your hands up onto your thighs. Find that inner core strength, that inner balance, and then reach your arms up. Notice if your right knee is rolling out and bring it back in so that your knee is in line with your big toe. Reach on up. Feel that corset that you're wearing around your midriff. Open your arms into your T. Find your balance. And then on your next exhale, twist to the right. A lot of core strength and balance here without having to lift our bodies that far off the ground. One more breath. And then come back up to center. We're going to float our fingertips down to either the ground or blocks, and then start to extend your right leg. Lift your right toes up to the sky, coming into that runner stretch. Now, I'm pretty sure that none of us ran the New York City Marathon yesterday, but we're going to do this stretch to honor all those people that did run the New York City Marathon yesterday. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Now, gently rock forward into your crescent lunge, and then exhale back into your runner's lunge. So if you need blocks on a higher setting to help you roll through this, go ahead and use those. Or come up onto your fingertips. We want to make sure that the hips are moving back and forth. You're staying square to the front of the mat. Last one, weight ends forward on your right foot. Frame your right foot, pull your left toes under, and step back into a downward facing dog. Realigning your down dog, take some long, slow breaths here. Now bring your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, slide your left leg all the way forward. Bringing it in between your hands. Make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. And when you're ready, lower your right knee down to the mat and untuck those toes so you're in your crescent lunge. Press down into your left big toe, knee, toe, heel. Find that alignment, bring your hands to your thighs, and then reach them up to the side. So your hips are sinking forward. Your arms are reaching up. We're still talking about staying square to the front of your mat. Nice and long and tall. And now open your arms, keep your balance, and then twist gently to the left. I'm saying keep your balance, like you're not sure. Think about it. Focus on it. Press your foot down. Let your hips melt forward. And then come down to center. Reach your arms up. As you float your fingertips down to the ground or the blocks, we're going to gently start to straighten your left leg, shifting your hips back. And then we'll move forward into our crescent lunge. And then slowly back into our runner's lunge. Forward into our crescent. And a couple more times. We had a lovely time trick-or-treating last week. Lots of cute kids in costumes coming through. Those big preteens. Last one. Weight on your left foot, bring your hands around your left foot, pull your right toes under, step yourself back into your downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog. Go ahead and lengthen your hips up, stretch your arms out. Start to walk your feet to the middle of your mat. Hide them out to the edge so we're in a wide-legged forward fold in the middle of our mat. Your head hang heavy. Reach for opposite elbows. Gently sway side to side. Then drop your fingers down to the mat and start to lower your hips as far as you can. Seeing how deep you can come, maybe all the way into your Malasana. Nice. Here. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And see if you can press down and stand straight up. If you need to use the wall or piece of furniture, or you need to roll up, whatever you need to do. Just want to work on being able to get from down there to up here. Now go ahead and walk to the front of your mat. We'll start off. Nice, slow sun salutation. So bring your hands all the way down by your side. Stand up tall. Check that your weight is centered in your feet by rocking forward and back, side to side. Decide if you need your legs nice and tight together or if you need a little space in between them so that you can stand nice and tall. And now reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Hold here in your plank position. Building strength. Lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down to the ground so you're on the mat. And then inhale, exhale into your baby cobra. Press back into your tabletop or straight up into your push-up position. And then curl your toes back into downward facing. Breathe here. Gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale them down by your side. And take a breath here. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Hold here in your plank. Press into your fingertips, your knuckles, and the outer edges of your palms. Your choice to lower your knees or lower yourself all the way down to your stomach in one long, strong line. Untuck your toes. Inhale and then exhale, baby cobra. Come up through tabletop or curl your toes and press yourself back up into your plank position, top of your push-up, and then downward facing. Breathe. Slowly building strength. Whatever version you choose, you are building strength. Gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up. Stand the palms touch. And then exhale, hands down by your side. One more version. Inhale, bring your arms up over. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Hold here, so you can do knees, chest, chin. You can lower it all the way down, or maybe you're ready for that half push-up. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Hold here in your down dog. So these 3 versions of your vinyasa are 3 of many, and you can take whichever one feels right for you at each moment during our practice. One more breath here. And then gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then exhale your hands down. Take a breath here. Face your palms forward. And then reach them all the way up overhead. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger, lengthen. Breathe in, and on your exhale, press into your left foot and bend to the right. Coming into a half moon position. And then come back up to center. Press down into your right foot, bend to the left. And come back up to center. Release your fingers, let your arms float all the way down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, or none at all, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your leg out to the left. Oh, lift your knee up, sorry. Lift your knee up, open your hips to the left. I apologize if my words got confusing there. And then straighten your left leg back behind you. Nice and long. Draw your left knee into your chest. Slide your left foot up between your hands. Coming up onto your fingertips in your low lunge, turn your right heel down, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Roll on up into your warrior one. Hold here, warrior one. Squaring your hips to the front of the mat. We're going to straighten our left leg. Bend our left knee. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Think about pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Think about relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. 1 more breath. And then exhale, melt your hands all the way down. Step back to downward facing dog. Put your right leg up behind you. Bend your knee, open your hips to the right. Send the right leg back up behind you. Draw the right knee into the chest. Slide your right foot all the way up between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips in your low lunge. Bring your left heel down, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. Roll on up to your warrior one. Breathe here. Straighten your right leg. Bend your right knee. We're going to stay here. 3 breaths, press into the outer edge of your left foot. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Reach your arms up, relax your shoulders. And now come all the way back down, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. You can stay in this down dog, or you can pull forward to a plank. Go through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra. And back to downward facing dog. Put your left leg back up behind you, bend your left knee, open your hips to the left. And then extend the left leg back behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest, slide the left foot all the way up between your hands. You're back in your low lunge. Turn your right heel down, open into your warrior two. Big cartwheel of the arms. So your left knee is bent, your arms are at shoulder height. Go ahead and take a few pulses here, making sure that your hips are where you want them to be. Adjust your feet if you need to. And now turn your palms up to the ceiling, and down, and up, and down. And then think about reaching your fingertips as far away from you as you possibly can. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Then come back through center, arms are in T, bend your left arm, place your left forearm on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the sky, take a breath here, and on the exhale, bring your hand towards the front of the mat, right bicep by your right ear. So from your fingertips of your right hand to the ankle of your right leg, you are in one long, strong line. Make sure you're pressing into the left big toe, the left pinky, and the left heel. Activate the back of that left thigh. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, turn your left toes to the long side of your mat. Take a breath here. Start to hinge forward. Coming all the way down. Bringing your hands to the mat. Lining your fingertips up with your toes. Coming into a deep forward fold. And I want you to bend your right knee. Back through center, bend your left knee. So we're taking a little bit of a lunge side to side. Feeling your hips deepen, stretch. The next time the weight is, your left leg is bent, I want you to turn your left toes back to the front of your mat and walk your hands to the inside of your left foot, lifting your right heel up so you're in your lizard lunge. So you keep walking your left foot out a little bit more to the left. Right leg is reaching behind you, and both arms are inside your. Breathe. You can bring your forearms down to the mat into a block. Maybe you need to lower your right knee down and untuck your toes. This is a deep opening for your left inner thigh. Breathe into it. More breath here. If your right knee is lowered, you need to lift that back up. Start to come back up onto your hands. We're going to bring our left hand to the outer edge of our left foot and come into more of a traditional lunge. We're going to shift our weight into our left foot as we walk our hands forward and come into a supported warrior. Stand here, keep your leg extended back behind you, using the floor or blocks to support you. And then bring your right foot by your left foot, sitting into your chair position. Nice and low. Stand up. Exhale right into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa or hang out in downward facing dog. Your call. Then we'll all end up in down dog. Move the right leg up behind you, bend the right knee, open the hip up to the right. Step the right leg back behind you, draw the right knee all the way to your chest, slide the right foot up between your hands. Coming into your low lunge, up on your fingertips. Turn your left heel down, reach your left arm out, cartwheel up into your warrior two. Take some pulses here in your warrior two. Adjust your feet as needed to get to where you need to be. And then turn your palms up, down, up, and down. Reach those fingertips far away from you. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Sit a little bit deeper. Come back through warrior two. Bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in and then extend your left arm out towards the front of your mat. Breathe here. Now think about opening your heart to the left. So you're between two panes of glass. Try not to look down at the floor, look out or up at your left arm. And press into your right foot with all your strength. Lift yourself back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, turn your right toes to the long side of your mat. Come in. And now forward fold all the way down. Fingertips on the mat. I'm going to turn my palms so that the insides of my hands face up towards me so I can get a little bit of a wrist stretch here. So my fingertips are towards each other, palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And I'm slowly bending and straightening my arms, stretching out my wrists. Something you can explore or not. And now bend your right knee. And then shift the weight back to the left leg, bending the left leg, straighten the right one. We're going to go side to side, getting deep into your hips. The next time your right knee is bent, you're going to walk your hands closer to your right foot. Start to turn your right toes to the front of the mat. Lift your left heel. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat so that you're in a lizard pose. Both arms are inside your right leg. Breathe here. If it's available, come down to your forearms or to a block. You can keep your back leg lifted, or if it's more comfortable, lower your left knee. So you want to feel this stretch inside your right thigh, your right hip. Breathe here. Try and let the tension out of your shoulders. If your left knee is down on the ground, lift it up. Come up onto your hands. Step your foot, your right foot inside. So one hand is on either side of your right foot. And then you're going to shift your weight forward, coming into a supported warrior three. So your hands are on the ground in front of you. Your left leg is stretching out straight behind you. You should be parallel with the floor if possible. So you can be on your fingertips or on blocks. And then slide the left foot by the right foot, bending your knees, coming into your chair pose. Sit here. Stand on up. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee, open the hip. This time with your knee lifted to the sky. See if you can control your ankle a little bit. Just in one direction and then in the other. And then extend the leg back up behind you. Draw the knee into your chest as you bring the left foot up between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Turn your right heel down, prepping to stand up into warrior two. Press down into the left foot, cartwheel your arms up, reaching your arms away from you. Little pulses here. Shoulders relaxed. Turn your palms up to the ceiling, and down, and up. and down. Reach your fingers away from you. Make sure your arms are parallel with the floor. Sit a little bit deeper into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up. Exhale down, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Engage your right leg. Press into the outer edge of your right foot, but still press down into your left foot, left knee tracking towards your big toe. Come back to warrior two. Bend your left arm, bring it to your left thigh, reach your right arm straight up to the sky. Drop your left hip down, and then reach your right arm by your right ear. Coming into side angle. Maybe this round you explore to coming down to your hand to the ground or to a block. No. One more breath here. Engaging your core, come back up to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Reach your left arm forward, coming into triangle. Left hand on the shin or a block. Right arm straight up to the sky. Breathe here. There's a lot of core strength to stand back up. Turn your left toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, draw down, open your heart to the ceiling, taking a small back bend, and then exhale, forward fold. As the crown of your head reaches towards the ground, think about your arms stretching away from you. Come here, release the grip, bring your fingertips to the ground, and start to bend your knees side to side. The side to side lunge should feel a little easier now. We've done it a few times. Next time your left knee is bent, crawl around to the front of your mat. Left foot scooches out to the edge of the mat. So you're in a lizard lunge. You can stay up here on your hands with your knee lifted. You can lower your back knee. You can come down to your forearms. Explore what feels good for you. Try to keep your heart and chest open so that you're not grounding too much through your back. You want to stay lifted. A big stretch through your hips. And now come back up onto your hands, straighten your arms, heel toe your left foot back between your hands. Walk your hands out in front of you as you shift your weight into your left leg, lift your right leg coming into supported warrior. So keep your hands here on the ground or think about floating them back behind you so that you're balancing on one leg. Making a T shape with your body, drop your right hip down. One more breath here. And then slide the right foot by the left foot, coming into your chair pose. Hands at heart center. Breathe here and then twist. Bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Your inner thighs active. And then press all the way up, raise your arms up, coming into stand. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. To your version of your vinyasa. Take a break. Go straight to down dog. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, lifting your knee up to the ceiling. This time, twirl your right ankle in one direction and then knee. Extend the right leg back behind you. Draw the right knee into your chest. Slide the right foot all the way forward. Reaching your left heel out behind you, turn it down. Get ready to reach and up into your warrior two. Arms are extended away from your body. Go ahead and pulse into this. Find your deepest extension of the pose. And then turn your palms up and down, and up, and down, one more time. And now think about extending your fingertips. How long can you make your arms? Bring your right palm up and exhale back. Press into your outer edge of your left foot. Sink your right hip a little bit more. Press into your right big toe. Another breath here. Come back to warrior two. Bend your right arm, place your right arm on your right thigh. Sit your hip a little bit lower, reach your left arm up to the sky. Sit your hip a little bit lower, reach your left arm towards the front of your mat. Breathe here. Maybe you want to explore reaching down to the floor or a block. Using your core strength, come back up to your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, reach towards the front of your mat, come into your triangle pose. Left arm reaches up. Inner thighs are engaged. Breathe here. Stand up nice and tall. Turn your right toes to the long side of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Lengthen your arms. Take a tiny baby back bend. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Let your hands stretch away from your head. Breathe. Release the grip, bring your hands down to the floor and start to bend your knees one side to the other. Bend your right knee and then bend your left knee. Shifting your weight back and forth. And then the next time your right knee is bent, turn your toes to the front of the mat. Scoot your foot to the outer edge. Lift your left heel, coming into your lizard lunge. You can stay up here lifted. You can come down onto your forearms. Whatever feels good. Getting a deep opening through the inside of your right hip. And then come back up. Scoot your right foot in between both hands. You're in a low lunge. Shift your weight into your right foot as you walk your hands forward, coming into your warrior. Coming up onto your fingertips or blocks, or maybe you're ready to balance with your arms behind you. Bringing your body into a T shape, balancing everything on the right leg. Making sure your hips are aligned, drop your left hip down. And now slide your left foot beside your right foot, coming into your chair pose, hands at heart center. And on your exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee. Take one more breath here. And stand up nice and tall. Reach up, exhale, fold forward. Your last vinyasa. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Whatever feels good for you. Into your downward facing dog. For 3 breaths. And then lower your knees, cross your ankles, and roll back into a seated position. We're going to make our way onto our backs. We're going to do it in our slow roll down of 10, because you know I love that. So nice and tall, reach your hands out past your knees, and then roll down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring your legs so your feet are in line with your hips. Your toes are pointing away from you. Your knees are pointing up to the ceiling. And let your legs rock side to side in a windshield wiper motion. And now bring the feet to rest. Line them up. You should be able to tickle your heels with your middle finger. Make sure your spine is long. Make sure you're straight. I personally have a tendency to get into this and then realize that I'm on a little bit of an angle. So just make sure you're straight. We're going to do 3 bridges. So you have some time to play around and experiment tonight. So our first one, we're going to bring our hands down by our sides. And we're going to roll up 1 vertebra at a time, lower back, middle back, upper back. Make sure you're pressing into the heel, the big toe and the pinky toe. That is my theme tonight. So your hips are lifted, you're in your bridge pose. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers. Take one more breath here. And then release down 1 vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. You can either windshield wiper your legs, or you can let your knees touch and your feet come out to the edge of your mat. Take a short constructive rest. And now come set up for your second bridge. So maybe you can get into this one a little bit quicker, rolling up through your vertebra, lower, middle, upper. Get your hips lifted nice and high. Interlace your fingers, opposite thumb on top. This time, maybe you shimmy your shoulders together to get yourself even more chest opening. Think about bringing your chest closer to your chin and your chin up to the ceiling. From here, maybe you explore lifting your heels up. So you're pressing all 10 toes into the mat. 3 breaths here. And then lower your heels, unclasp your hands, and slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Either windshield wiper your legs or bring your knees to touch, feet to the edges of your mat. So you can take 1 more bridge, or if you want to take a restorative supported bridge, we're going to bring a block with us or a pillow or something that you have at home. So you're going to lift your hips, rolling them up, lower, middle, upper back, and then place the block underneath your tailbone. Lower your hips down onto the block. Let the weight of your lower back be supported by the block. Or the pillow. Or the dictionary. Whatever you have. Start to wind down, slow your breath down. Maybe you explore lifting 1 leg up into the sky and then the other leg up into the sky. It's a great way to reverse the blood flow. Shake things up a little bit. Your legs are extended to the ceiling, lower them down 1 at a time. Making sure you protect your lower back. If you have a block or a pillow underneath your hips, lift your hips up so you can slide that item out of the way. Lower down 1 vertebra at a time. And then gently let your legs tick-tock side to side. We can move straight into Shavasana, but if there's something else that you want to do now, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, think about extending one leg away from you, extend the other leg away from you, extend one arm away from you, and then extend the other arm. Let your body get heavy on the mat. Finding a position that feels good for you, that you can sustain. Breathe in deeply. And exhale fully, nice and slow. Breathe in. And then exhale everything out. Bring your energy, focus, and attention to your toes and your feet. Curl your feet in, tense them up, tighten your toes, squeeze, and then let them go. Shake them out, let them relax. Bring your energy, attention, and focus to your legs, your ankles, your calves, your shins, your knees, your thighs. Squeeze and tighten every muscle all along your legs, tensing them up, holding them, squeezing them, and then let them go. Shake them out. Relax. Bring your energy and attention to your hips, to your belly, your waist, your torso. Squeeze and tighten all those muscles, bringing everything into your center. Squeeze and tense, tighten, squeeze, and then let it go. Shake it out and relax. Bring your energy and attention to your hands and your fingers. Lay your thumb in the center of your palm and then wrap your other fingers around you. Squeeze your thumb tighter, 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 and then let it go. Relax. Your attention to your arms, to your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, biceps, triceps. Tighten and squeeze every muscle. Tensing your arms, and then let them go. Let them relax. Bring your attention to your shoulders, your upper back, your chest, your neck. Squeeze and tense all of that in, tightening it up, and then let it go. Bring your energy, focus, and attention to your face, to your head. Squeeze all the muscles of your face. Close your eyes. Squeeze them shut tight. Purse your lips. Scrunch your nose. Squeeze it all in. And then let it go. Shake it out. And let it relax. From the crown of your head all the way down through your body to your soles of your feet. Bring your energy, tension, your focus to every single muscle. Tighten it up, squeeze them in, and then let them go. Let your body relax, melt into your mat. You're ready to come out of your Shavasana, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let your head gently rock side to side. Reach your arms up overhead, taking a big stretch. And then roll onto one side. Pausing there. When you're ready, go ahead and come on up into the seated position. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Breathe in. Out, feel your breath, feel your heartbeat. Acknowledge the fact that you came tonight and you did something for you. I appreciate and thank you all for coming. Namaste.